Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a cheese compilation for the month of January 2022. Holy smokes, it's 2022. Bottom right, we've got Wero, the Red Protoss player, and in the top left of Curious Minds, we have a Blue Zerg player. It is GLHF. Good manners to start this game. GLHF, and the other player replied, same. Alright, so this is just the cheese compilation of cheese that was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of cheese. Thank you very much to my screeners. We've got Sniper Monkey and Aki, who sat down and watched every single cheese that was sent to me this month, which is about 14 replays. So, if you want your cheese casts, go ahead and send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. The subject of cheese. The odds are in your favor. Pool first here from GLHF. Not a 12 pool, but a pool first nonetheless. And proxy hatch. Yes! I do like proxy hatches, but maybe that's because I don't see them very often. If I see them all the time, then maybe I would get bored of them, but I don't know. Extractor coming up. Speedlings or maybe roaches. Let's see Wero figure out there's a proxy hatch. Oh, he doesn't know. Hey, he does know. Hooray. Okay, so sends the drone down to see what's what. So the professionals, what to do in this situation is make a zealot real fast. There we go. Zealot coming in. Maybe chrono boost that sucker. And get about 4 to 5 probes, maybe 6 probes attacking this thing. And then you can kill it before it can really do any serious harm to you. But at this point, Wero's more interested in just letting this thing go. So I don't feel like I can necessarily support that decision, just because, again, the professionals will kill this. They have no interest in letting this finish and letting queens come out and lings and, like, spine crawlers be built. Oh, GLHF brought a drone down for spine crawler purposes. Yeah, one zealot's not going to be enough to kill this thing, man. Wero, you really you gotta bring some probes down, y'all. But I guess 2 zealots is better than 1. So it's done. You bring the drone down, you throw down a spine. There it is. Some lings coming in to mess with this dude too. Or maybe just walking right in. Oh, that's not even a wall. Oh, this hurts. And the lings are causing more problems too. There's a spine coming up. I don't know if Wero's recognizing what's happening here. He does. Okay, so he's like, I want my pylons to live. Thanks. These lings are interested in dying. They get like 2 shots off on the pylon, and then the zealots are chasing around. Oh man, this is like AI zealot right here. Just chasing the lings. They're allowing this to do whatever it wants. That spine, lings are coming out of the hatchery now. Okay, the zealots are doing great. The zealots are doing fantastic work against these slow lings. They're definitely paying for themselves here. 5 kills on that one. Just burrow low ground. Go, get a creep tumor somewhere. The Overlord has high ground vision. This is perfect from GLHF. Okay. Burrowing the spine in range to hit at least this gateway and maybe this pylon. Bam. All right, so gateway taking hits, and okay, the lings are done. Zealots need to do something about this. Can 2 zealots take down a spine crawler before they die with queen support too, no less? So we're just going to throw shield batteries up. Zealot down to absorb hits, so this gateway isn't taking the hits though, but oh my gosh, lings, queens, and spines mean that zealots die so quickly. Also on the other side though, proxy void rays. What? I was not even paying attention to this. Wero's been making proxy void rays the whole time. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. That's why he wasn't building anything else out of this gateway. Oh dude, you need something here. This is not going well. For GLHF all of a sudden. Void Ray, another Void Ray's coming out. There's shield battery to fall back to. God, but depowering all this stuff is not ideal. And the income? No, don't lose a... Oh, he lost a Void Ray to a Spore. No. Alright, well, okay, so that Spore dies. These lings are going down. They bring all the drones down to this base, this proxy hatch, so they can mine there. But lings are inside the mineral line, killing all of the probes. Alright, so income for both players is not hot, but I guess GLHF still has about 17 workers mining minerals here, and again, in Wero's natural base. So that's it. That's your GG. As long as there's enough anti-air to handle a Void Ray, or 2 Void... Oh, there's a 3rd Void Ray coming in, though. Yeah, so this queen's dead. Maybe the spore crawler dying would be amazing. I don't know that killing the spawning pool is your priority right now. There we go. So these drones are just going to get out of dodge. The Void Rays, I think they need to come down here and start killing stuff. I really think they do. There's only 2 queens. 2 queens against 3 Void Rays. The Void Rays can do that thing with some good micro. And all this stuff is dead anyway. So yeah, I'd bring the Void Rays. There we go. So 3 Void Rays coming in. Man, pit stop to heal up on that shield battery with this 1 Void Ray would be nice. But shields are coming back at a decent rate anyway. So all right. Here we go. The replacement spawning pool from GLHF. 3 queens. A spore coming up. Another spore coming up. The Void Rays need to go. They cannot wait. They need to get in here. They need to do some targeted firing on the stuff that is damaging to them. Killing this spore would be amazing. Okay, prismatic alignment on that spore. And, okay, so the queens, they gotta hit them, though. This is all right. So prismatic alignment doesn't do bonus damage versus queens. All right, transfuse here. Microing back. No shield batteries to pull back from. Spores up. Doing a ton of damage. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. I think GLHF is going to hold here with some really nice. Oh, no. Another Void Ray came in. Oh, maybe you should have waited for that one. I don't know, but good game. GLHF is your winner in game 1 of the Cheese compilation. 6 minutes and 13 seconds on that one. Resource slot 3,000 to 1,000 in favor of the Zerg. Queen anti-air, pretty good against Void Rays. Spore Crawler support, good. If you have Transfuse energy, that's even better. And yeah, it's turned into a base trade kind of a scenario here where Wiro lost his entire main base, GLHF lost his entire main base, but the proxy hatch comes into play and turns into his new home and allows him to win the game. Amazing. Proxy hatch stuff getting it done. And yeah, Wiro, I understand you were going for proxy Void Rays up here, but killing this proxy hatch was probably your bigger priority when it comes down to it. So GG though. That was fun. Zerg gets the win, proxy hatch in it, queen anti-air, spore good against Void Rays. We'll move into game number 2. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Game 2 is here on Beckett Industries. Bottom left, it is Hyper 1. And in the top right, we got ourselves Cromulent with the Brood War Skin Hatchery. If you want to send me your cheese, make sure it is 7 minutes or less. That is rule 1. The exception is if it is super packed with action and we have like a base race going on or something like that, then it can be longer than 7 minutes. No worker rushes unless it's something we've never seen before. And the higher your skill level, the better your chance to get into the cheese compilation. All right? So if you're a Grandmaster player or a Masters player and you have super high level executed cheese, send it in to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of cheese. Hatch first here, 16 hatch from Cromulent, which is a perfectly cromulent word. And overall, I don't know who's cheesing at this point. Looks like a gateway expand from Hyper 1. Although we know what Protoss are up to. Protoss can go for those proxy stargates like we saw in game number 1. Can maybe go for a DT rush, maybe look like a Protoss is expanding with this gateway positioning, but then don't expand and instead go real fast for Dark Templar. That can really screw up a Zerg player. I've died to that before. I'm like, oh yes, it's a normal old gateway expand, of course, and I don't check to see if this is here, and then I die. So you gotta watch out for that stuff, everybody who's scouting. And there's a Forge too, so, I mean, Cannon Rush against Zerg, you kind of have to get that thing started early. It can't be a super late thing. I guess it can't be generally late anyway, right? If you're trying to Cannon Rush somebody, the faster the better. Although we have seen some delayed Cannon Rushes that have done some work. So I don't know. Still, I get no expansion. This is what I'm talking about here. Hyper 1 being the sneaky boy. What is he up to? What is he up to? I don't know. Oh, he is doing a super delayed cannon rush. What? What? What are these drones doing? None of these drones are attacking. These drones are hanging out. There you go. All right. Here goes nothing. He's got a nice little quadra wall of pylons. Cannons are coming up. This is where the scary stuff is happening. Why'd he cancel that pylon? What the heck? He's trying to get more money for cannons, I guess. Yeah, he's like, you don't have enough drones to kill all of these. Okay, this one's going to die, but it's allowing time for this one to come up. I don't know that Cromulent is responding to this quite well. You've got to get as many drones on the surface area of this cannon. 3 is not enough. You want 4, ideally 5. Okay, cannon's up. Going to start getting... Oh, the second cannon's up to evacuate. That's an evacuation scenario there. I cannot believe that worked as well as it did. The Lings come out too late. They are just seconds too late to be able to kill this stuff. So the Lings decide to move on out. We're going to try to kill some stuff here. Hyper One's getting additional gateways. He's hard walling. Throwing up a cannon behind this wall would be insanely good if you're trying to stay alive against a Ling rush in your front door when you have no units at all. 21 probes, nothing else. There are no cannons coming in either. Dude, what? This should not work. All right. Well, Lings need to be attacking stuff right now. Zealot comes out behind the wall. Can't actually do much to hold here. Further walling off, just desperately throwing up different walls. All right, so Zergling in. Good positioning by Bob the Zealot here. He's not being surrounded by Lings. He's getting some decent kills. He gets 2. He gets 3. All right, but the Lings are inside the house. That cannon dying is super critical in order... No, kill it! What are you doing? You had it! Okay, Cromulent. All right, we're not friends anymore. You had that cannon. It was dead. Did you see how much HP it had left? Oh, these probes fight, and that's it, man. 27 to 20 workers. This natural base is dead. He pulls the broodlings away to keep them alive or something? I don't even know. I don't want these to die to cannons. I don't want them to do damage to anything before they die. I just want them to die. And then all the Lings get cleared up. They're still not a natural base from Hyper One. But he holds it. That cannon dying would have changed everything. Everything in the entire world. So Cromulent on 1 base against a now second base is warping in Protoss player. So 2 base Protoss versus a 1 basing Zerg is death. It is eminently death here. Roachhorn up. Are we making roaches, Cromulent? Come on, Cromulent. Make some roaches. Make Zerg fans happy. And no. Not happening. Alright. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined. Yeah, so now roaches are coming in, but by the time we get rid of these cannons, I would honestly just take a base here. I mean, not that you have the money for that either, though. Alright, so Cromulent is a little bit money starved. Can make a handful of roaches. What you really want is about 3 roaches to burn down these cannons, or Ravagers to burn down these cannons, expanding down this way for a ninja style second. It's an interesting choice here from Cromulent. Hyper One. Working on just sentries for the most part. Worried about some kind of a Ling flood coming, but that is not what you need to be preparing for. Maybe roaches and Ravagers are what you need to be prepared for. Sentry's taking down an Overlord. Second base here from Hyper One rolling. These guys need to go. Either kill these cannons and take a base, or move across the map and win the ball game. I kind of feel like moving across the map would be amazing here. You corrosive bile down the cannon. The Zealot dies fast, and that's about all she wrote here. So these guys are buying some time. High grounding. Killing this cannon. Just kidding. We're coming to the low ground. I'm going to corrosive bile this stuff. Oh, yeah. Effective corrosive biling. Now it's time to go. Go, 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 go. Either you need to throw up some more roaches and go for this attack, or throw down a base, and there it is. So he's tossing the base down. Warp Prism moving out. What? What is this? 4 sentries? Are you going to try to do the thing where you block the drones in so they can't run? You know what? That might actually work if you force field like here and here. And then you kill everything, like you warp Zealots in here. But look, this Roach Ravager, this anything force field is pretty well countered by Ravagers. I don't see this necessarily working from Hyper One, but sentries make their presence known by trying to kill an Overlord before they do anything else. They do, and that is not a supply block on Cromulent, but it's fairly close. Yeah, I mean, there's Queens here for anti-air. There's Roaches and Ravagers, so there's the... Okay. So there's the force field. The mass... Oh, God, no, wait. Are you killing your own drones with that? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right, I got to check this real fast. So it's 23 workers for Cromulent. Corrosive Bile does friendly damage. No way. So then you force field up, and then you basically bait the Zerg player into Corrosive Biling these. But then the splat... Oh, I guess... Well, also... Yeah, I mean, also the sentries are killing drones there, so it's 19. Not a huge deal, but Hyper One's at 42 probes. So that is a bigger problem. This is a much, much larger problem here. War Prism being super, mega, ultra annoying. Cromulent making more and more roaches, and I just kind of feel like there's a point where a Roach Ravager A move just kind of works. It's 51 to 17 army supply, and a lot of that 17 army supply is sentries, which aren't particularly great against roaches and ravagers. This might be Hyper One trying to get a little bit too cute, and then there's just too much stuff happening. Oh my gosh. The distractions, though. The whole army comes back. Just go! A disruptor's on the way. A huge disruptor hit would be massive for Hyper One. Alright, so 3 stalkers, sentries, a disruptor. I just see in the future a big purification nova ball going right in here and going and everything dies. Ooh, dodge. Okay, 1 ravager dies. Alright, alright. Corrosive Bile on that cannon is pretty smart stuff. Dude, Cromulent, I need you to be making either drones back home, or I need you to be making more roaches right now. You have the money for it. You have the supply for it. Okay, Speedlings on the way. And by Speedlings, I mean they don't have the speed upgrade. So Slowlings are on the way. Disruptors taking hits. Not sure if they want it. No! Okay, decent hit, but Disruptor dies. And another Disruptor dies. And suddenly it is touch and go here. War Prism dead too. Or those Slowlings they're coming across, man. Cannon's doing some work. Ravager count is down to 2. Roaches taking big time hits from cannons without any upgrades at all. Disruptor connects, taking down a queen. Transfuses are trying to help here as well. But remember that army advantage that there was? It's now 32 to 32. And there's enough zealots to handle the Slowlings that are here. And Hyper One holds off the big Roach Ravager attack. And I think that's just your GG. Yes, it is. Bam. 51 to 18 workers at the end of the day. Army value 33 to 16, and Cromulent not able to make it happen. Good disruptor tech. Like that choice there from Hyper One. Resources lost 2,500 to 4,600. Some drones died, obviously, but wow. I mean, 13 roaches and 6 ravagers down for 2 disruptors, 2 zealots, and 3 sentries. It's just some cost-efficient Protoss stuff there for sure. So Cromulent, I think you had the right idea, but maybe saturating your natural base, trying to catch up economically, trying to surpass Hyper One economically, and then showing up with like a maxed out Roach Ravager army would have been more effective, but this is cheese compilation. Can't go for too much longer, I suppose. So GG on to that one, and we'll keep going. We've got a lot more cheese here for you today. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Check out the Falcon Paladin Hour podcast by searching Falcon Paladin on your podcast app, and we'll catch you in the next one here. Don't go anywhere. Game 3 of the cheese compilation for January 2020 is here on Jagannatha. Gonna be Arbin versus the Swiss. Top right, it's gonna be Arbin, and in the bottom left, we've got ourselves the Swiss. So Terran versus Protoss shenanigans here for you on Jagannatha. As always, who's gonna be the cheeser? I do not know. If you're looking for ways to support me on this channel, we've got patreon.com/FalconPaladin. We've got the join button down below if you just want to support me here on YouTube. And also donations are welcome at falconpaladin@gmail.com on PayPal. All right, man. So this probe is sneaking out, speeding through the speed zone. What is going on here from the Swiss? There's not a forge going up back at home. There's a gateway. So maybe this is just a scouting probe. No proxy barracks, at least not this one. Maybe a proxy factory in the future here for Arbin. Let's see what we get here from this SCV. Are you doing shenanigans? Oh, okay. So it does actually throw down the pylon to prevent the hard wall here from Arbin. I don't know how big of a deal that is, though. Like, there's nothing that can really threaten to get through there all that fast. Yeah, SCV just going for the scout as well. I don't know what these shenanigans are. Oh, wow. Do not pull your workers off to kill a probe that you probably can't kill. Do not. Wow, really? 3 SCVs off the line. Yeah, just let it go, man. It's fine. Let it go. Cybercore coming in from the Swiss. 1 base opening this thing. Arbin is making a Marine to just deal with this super annoying probe who is now very dead. But had a great time before dying. And then this pylon's getting shot down as well. Like I said, I don't know what this is other than annoying. Like, sure, you can't hard wall, but there's nothing that's going to punish it. There's nothing the Swiss is doing that would be like, I'm making proxy adepts. And they're going to show up. And when you kill this pylon, I'm going to shade right through before you can hard wall. Like, that'd be kind of an interesting play. It'd be hard to pull off for sure, but it'd be interesting. I'll give you that. Factory on the way from Arbit inside the main base. There's an SCV down here that makes me feel like Starport. Starport location building, right? And then, whoa! The Swiss is just like straight up Nexus. My second base is going to be here in the top right of Jagannatha. A weird place. Like, you probably wouldn't scout this if you're a Terran player. Unless you're looking for proxy shenanigans, because obviously proxy void rays and shield batteries here can be very problematic. Second base being built inside the main base here for Arbin. There's that factory we were talking about. And if this isn't a Starport building SCV, I don't know what it is. You're building a Starport SCV? You going to do it for us? Concussive Shell is on the way. That's an interesting choice to make now. Okay, factory done and Starport. All right, cool. So proxy Starport coming up. Liberator, probably. Banshee, maybe. This is the second base, man. The Swiss is building a second home here. This is no shield batteries, no stargates, just wholesome assimilator nexus building. That's it. That's all we're into. Stalker comes across to harass, but against a Marauder, gonna have a hard time. Oh, especially with Marine support. That's not happening. So Stalker dead. Second base coming in from Arbin. That's very cool. Worker count 24 to 28. And Starport done. So what are we doing with this thing? It's got to be Tech Lab, whatever it is. You're probably not doing a Viking in this situation. It makes no sense to try to do that. And production tab says Arbin's a little bit late on things. That's okay. Oh, we're doing a shit. That's whoa, fleet beacon. And there's your sneaky Stargate. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about here. Sneaky proxy stuff is happening. There's your Tech Lab from Arbin. It's on the way. So we got some double cheese. Double cheese happening here on ladder. Always very fun to see this kind of thing. So fleet beacon could indicate mothership. You know, Nexus placement here. Fleet beacon tells me mothership rush from the Swiss, which I love a good crazy mothership rush. We don't get them a lot, but they always bring a smile to my face when they show up. Also getting a robotics facility, which, okay. Oh, canceled. Never mind. Who needs a robotics facility? I mean, it could just be void rays with speed. Nope, there's your mothership. There it is here. Mothership getting chrono boosted right on in. Also a Banshee. Also Cloak from Arbin. So Cloak Banshee is going to show up in the Swiss's main base. It's going to be very bad. There's a forge here, but there's not a cannon. Dude, a shield battery would be amazing here, and also a cannon would be very, very good. But I think the Swiss is paying all of the attention in the world to what he's doing up here, not so much what is happening back home. He recalls some probes up to this base, I guess. And not like he was oversaturated here, but whatever. It's a bit of a Maynard. Oh, and a Tempest coming in. But detection's going to be the larger problem, right? It takes forever to make a mothership, by the way, in case you were wondering. Boom, 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 boom. Couple barracks on the way here from Arbin. Does he have detection available? No. He's got an engineering bay. Could throw up some turrets. Not doing it. Oh, this is going to be cloaky cloak on both sides, and neither person's going to be super happy about it. Love that. Oh, cannons are coming up, though. Oh, maybe you waited too long. Maybe you waited too long to move into that Banshee. Like an uncloaked Banshee could have got a lot of work done here, but now we're waiting for cloak. And suddenly there's cannons in the general vicinity. I mean, and a shield battery, too. You can probably pick off the probes on this left side pretty easily. But, okay, some random adept shenanigans. Getting rid of a Widow Mine is always a win for anybody if you're killing an enemy Widow Mine. Adepts don't kill Marauders quickly, but that Adept was very injured already. And explodes. And the Banshees are here. So double cloak Banshee. Getting 3 kills. 1 kill there, too. That is not our Nartosis Pylon, but it's pretty scary one nevertheless. The Mothership has arrived. Mothership here. Oh, gonna recall everything into that main base. But the Banshees are doing so much work on the other side. Dude, don't... this is actually giving the workers to the Banshees. By doing this long distance thing, Mothership gonna recall inside the main once there's enough energy to do so. And Tempest. Dude, this is nuts. This is great. That Banshee, 11 and 8 kills here. An Oracle pops out, which is not an answer to Banshees. Unless, I mean, you're revealing them for revelation purposes. The good news for the Swiss is that he's got this base up here. So he's got some income going, which is great. But he's down 37 to 23 workers. There's Widow Mines inside his mineral line that he can't kill. There's an Immortal in the grass. In the grass. No, he's not in the grass. He backed out. We're making Immortals. Got an Observer, too. Oh, he does have... Ah! He had detection available. 37 to 15 workers. No! This is one of the craziest cheese games I've seen in a while. Tempest going to town on buildings. Actually going for tectonic destabilizers. Bonus damage versus buildings from Tempest, which is hilarious. We never see this against Terran, but hey, why not? Trying to throw up some turrets here. The long distance attacks of the Arbiters are not allowing that to happen at all. Probes killing a Widow Mine. Okay, excellent stuff. This Observer is still just not really participating as much, is it? The Banshees wander over. Ah! The probe deaths! Oh my gosh, 11 kills on that Widow Mine, 6 on that one. It has been a 39 probe kill day for Arbin with Widow Mines and Banshees. This is crazy. Who's going to win this thing? Arbin's got the economy, but he doesn't really have the production capabilities. I mean, if he was making Cyclones here, I'd feel much better about it, but he's not. He's got money, he's just choosing not to do anything with it at the moment except make a single Marine, which is not really enough if you're trying to win the game we're in right now. Banshees doing base race shenanigans as well as they can, as fast as they can. Killing Protoss buildings, but there's still a whole nother base back here you have to deal with first. I don't know, man. All right, here we go. Oh, Widow Mine connects on a Tempest. There's not a shield battery here, but there are cannons to put in some work. The Tempest goes down, but everything Terran dies as well. So Widow Mine has to unburrow and get out of range of that cannon so it doesn't die. Repairing the Widow Mine. Arbin is in a desperate type situation. You can tell the projectiles are orange now from the Tempest. That means Tectonic Destabilizers is done, and GG. Arbin does tap out. He sees the orange, taps out. Good game, well played, says the Swiss, with all sorts of good manner, and bam, sucker. Woof! That's another example of a game longer than 7 minutes, but good action all the way to the end. That was great. Proxy Mothership is always fun. Mothership ends up with 11 kills. Not bad. Tempest has got 13 here. 8 kill, 7 kill cannon. Amazing stuff. So the Swiss ends the game with 6 workers. 6. Oh, what an incredible, incredible TVP. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for sending that one in, the Swiss. That was a lot of fun. I mean, there's no incomes. The Swiss need... He's got some probes back here, which really should not be happening, but that's okay. They just throws up some cannons, bunch of pylons in here. It's all good. And then Mothership providing that perma-cloak. And Arbin's just like, I can't handle that. I killed the entire economy of the Swiss, but I can't handle the army, and understandably so. So GG. Let's keep this thing rolling. This has been good. I think we have more coming, too. That's going to be excellent. Don't go anywhere. Hit that like button. Hardwire, the Ladder Edition ZVZ shenanigans here. Bottom left, it is Mac Winston playing the Zerg. And at the top right, Phantom with an F, the blue Zerg player. So I feel like most ZVZs are cheese, so let's see what constitutes cheese for this replay. Maybe we're going to see Proxy Spines. Maybe a lurker rush. Can you get lurkers out in 7 minutes? Yes, I feel like you can if you're rushed there. But I haven't seen a lurker rush in a very, very long time. So, let's see what this drone is up to. Pool first here. At about 14 supply for Mac Winston. Not a 12 pool, but an early pool nevertheless. What are you doing? Proxy hatching? Yes! Proxy hatch number 2 on the cheese comp. Love that stuff. Phantom went for the hatch first into the pool here. This is sneaky. This is sneaky, sneaky stuff here. I like it. Second proxy hatch of the day out of vision of Phantom. Phantom doesn't know this is happening. Although Mac Winston knows an expansion coming up here too. Oh, this is sneaky. This is really sneaky. Now, what's the follow-up is the thing. Anybody can make a proxy hatch. Ah, bringing another drone over and a bunch of Zerglings. A proxy spine with some Ling. Oh, some Ling protection here, too. I like it a lot. Pool finishing from Phantom, though. He needs to make something, and he is. He's making 2 sets of Lings, which is the safety number of Lings. He doesn't know he needs more, although he might have caught a glimpse of some Lings coming across with this Overlord, which is why you send the Overlord over. Ah, très magnifique. This is good. This is really, really good. All right, Lings. They outnumber the defensive Lings here for Phantom. Phantom sends the Lings out and says, wait, what? Oh, no, he gets pinned against the wall and loses 3 of his Lings. Oh, no, that could have not gone worse for Phantom. He ends up losing everything. All of his Lings die. He has nothing with which to stay alive anymore. He's making 6 more Zerglings. But it is currently, I mean, it's a lot. It's 8 Lings to 0 right now. That's not great. You there throwing up a spine. I love that spine location here. Zerglings pulling back, pulling back. Okay, Zerglings down. This is great control here from Mac Winston. He's trying to buy time for that spine to finish. He decides to commit on in. I don't know about that. But he does kill all the enemy Zerglings. Dude, this is going way better than I thought it would. And the queen dies, and the spine crawler is getting free hits off, and that's your GG. A 3-minute ZVZ cheese. That's what we're talking about. That's what this is all about here, is the 3-minute ZVZs. Fantastic. Very well executed. I mean, this ZVZs are sometimes just on that knife's edge. And these 4 Lings running out with not a care in the world. Phantom did not know what was sitting out here. He runs them out, and then 3 of them get pinned against the wall, die without putting up any resistance at all. And the other one comes back and gets killed easily too, and that was it. I mean, that's just, you're way at a Ling disadvantage there. There's a spine crawler coming up on your creep near your natural base, and the engagements, it just went way better for Mac Winston than I thought it would. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. All right, so next up, I don't know what we have. Oh, a team game. Let's do a team game next. We haven't had a team cheese in a while, so hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you want 5 times weekly StarCraft 2 content. We'll be right back. We're on Fortitude, a very weird map that I've played on before a few times. It's a 4v4. So Team South here is going to be Big Pup. Right next door is King Kai. Right next door again is Mitten Kitty. And again, right next door is Be My Be Ma. Team North is going to be Hyper One, Burn, Angel Jr., and Oof. So what are we up to here today in a 4v4? What's fun about this is it says there's 22 workers available to mine this, but only because it recognizes these mineral patches as being close enough to be considered mineral patches for this base, but they're not. It's kind of stupid the way this base, this map does this, but oh, Hyper One, double probing. This is, you know, in team games, someone's probably cannon rushing, statistically. That's what we're looking at here. So, okay, sneaking down this way, sneaking down this way. Does get spotted. SCV sees this one coming. And there we go. First pylon coming up here from Mitten Kitty. On the other side, we're bazzing out, I guess, a little bit. Hyper One, I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. He's completely getting shut down on this attempt. Ah, here it is. Here's the position he's going for. No reaction from Mitten Kitty. Dude, you can't... Oh, my gosh. A cannon... Oh, and here, too. Oh, no. Cannons in these locations are death. I don't know that I've actually seen this attempted before, and I kind of love it. Dude, that cannon's going to finish. This cannon's probably going to finish. The response is not good. Why didn't you stop Sonda, says Burn. And look at this. This cannon can fire on this mineral line. This cannon can fire on this mineral line. This cannon, I mean, we're firing on all the mineral lines here, plus a Mitten Kitty. Defending here with his own cannons, but not really enough. Oh my gosh, that's a 15 kill. Why are you kill the cannon? Oh. Oh, I see. Big Up is here throwing proxy proxy barracks here as wait, what is no? What is going? Why is he killing? Oh, he's going. Oh, Hyper One's probe. He's trying to fight. Oh my gosh, gets out. This is something to behold. Of all the times I played on this map, I've never seen this before. Never once. Getting cannons up in these positions is absolutely deadly. Didn't notice the pylon in your own base, says Mitten Kitty. And that's it. I mean, everything is completely dead here. Big Pup. Yeah, he's trying to throw up barracks to make Marines and stuff, but he doesn't have any income. He's finally floated this command center down. Mitten Kitty's tapped out. I don't know what the other teammates are doing for Burn and Angel Jr. and Oof and whatnot. I mean, Angel Jr. doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. I guess he has a Reaper across. Another Reaper's here, too, for extra funsies. But, dude, this cannon has 28 kills, 7 kills, 14 kills. 4 kills and 11 kills on these cannons. I mean, this is... That's it. I mean, we're GGing. I understand that the big pup here is trying to make something happen, but he only has 7 probes? Or 7 SCVs. They're not probes, they're SCVs. That base goes down. That base goes down. That base goes down. And that's it, man. I don't understand why we're still here. I mean, Big Pup trying to make something happen. Where are those? I guess these cannons are a little problematic. Oof decides he's going to participate in the battle today. Which is great. Great to see that. Relax, says Burn. Don't know why you're relaxing. Just making some factories, I guess. I just got to kill this and you win. All you's got to do, friend. Yeah, I mean, this game continuing, it really just should not be continuing at all. Big Pup. Of course it's a Terran that's extending this game far beyond it actually should and feels like he has a chance or has the ability to waste people's times more often because buildings float. It's a Terran thing, really. And there we go. Big Pup leaves the game. Who the heck is still in here, then? Mitten Kitty left, right? Yeah, King Kai left, I'm pretty sure. Nope, nothing down here. Nothing down here. Do team colors, I guess? Team colors real fast. Who's got red stuff? Purple? And there's the genie. All right, that was definitely something. So, GG indeed to Hyper One. I've never seen this before, and that makes me a happy cheesecaster. That's always great when there's something I've literally never seen before. All right, cool. We will keep this ball rolling. Got some more cheese for you. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll be right back. Corollas, Endurance, Hardwire. Bottom left, Endurance. Top right, Corollas. Let's try to predict this cheese, shall we? I think shield batteries will be involved somehow. Maybe cannons. My crystal ball is kind of cloudy right now, but I think those two ingredients are very important to Protoss cheese. Looks like a old 17 hatch here from Endurance. Not a 16, 18, 17, but a 17 hatch. So a little bit later, which means his pool's going to be a little bit later, which maybe puts him in trouble if Corollas is the one cheesing here. But instead, it's a gateway and a forge. Okay, so we're hedging our bets. Going for cannons. He's like, all right, if this is a pool first play, then I need to be careful here. But if it's a hatch first, especially if it's a little bit of a later hatch, ooh, we can make this happen. All right, let's do this thing. It's going to be a cannon rush at the natural base. This is why this Overlord needs to be here, Zerg players. You need to see the area around your natural as it's coming up, because the natural vision of the natural, haha, is nothing. It is barely outside this little piece of creep. You can't see back here, or here, or here. Danger lurks in these shadows every time. And look at that! Hey! There's cannons. Can't see them. There's cannons. Can't see them. Can't see them at all. This is where your base dies. And recovering from this is really difficult. So you just got to be able to see it. You have to be aware. Nothing coming back home from Corollas because he doesn't have the ability to make any units, because cannons are not cheap, especially at this stage of the game. So that timing is sick. If your cannons finish before the hatch pops, the Zerg will sometimes cancel it, and then your cannons are like, ah. But if you time it to where they pop right after the hatch finishes, you're a much happier camper. So the Lings decide to move on out. Let's see what we can do. Well, there's probably going to be a hard wall. We saw this, didn't we? We saw this already. Attempting, oh, maybe a drone drill play here. Honestly, I don't know about a soft wall. A hard wall, probably what you want. Zealot. Maybe not the best. Maybe not the best. You need to go, man. You can't sit. He waits until the cannon finishes. What's he waiting for? He's waiting for 2 more Lings. Dude, that's... And I guess 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more, and... There you go. He drone drills in. Gets the drones in. They need to be attacking stuff, though, guys. Maybe if they help kill the Zealot, that'd be great. So Zealot down, and you can kill that cannon. You can kill that cannon. Okay, they don't want to kill the cannon. All right. Well, the decisions today... And a proxy hatch from Endurance. All right. This is intriguing stuff all of a sudden. He doesn't have any income at all. I mean, Corollas is struggling with income because these probes are having to fight so much. But, yeah, there's enough probes to win this thing. And now you didn't kill the cannon, so your reinforcing Lings are coming through and getting killed. I think a priority in that situation is killing that cannon. Yeah, see this cannon, the Zealot can retreat back to it now. This is a very important cannon, and I think Endurance is just dead. And he's got 13 workers, sure, and he is mining from his main base. But Corollas just has actually more income going here. Zealot holding the line. There are no drones for a drone drill anymore. And he found the proxy hatch inside of his own base. Okay, so the remaining Zerglings that were kind of hiding out are here, and they're protecting this hatch and giving it time, buying time for it to come up. And now there's a Stalker, and Stalker does pretty well against 2 slow Lings and a drone. Queen immediately started here from Endurance. This has been some good cheese this month. I think every one of these games has been interesting in some way. But yeah, Endurance gets cannon rushed, loses his natural base, and throws down a proxy hatch in the Protoss base in an act of direct revenge. which is awesome. So cannons firing on the hatchery. The queen is going to get out. But the question is, oh, Stalker not micro. There you go. You see a micro the Stalker, and suddenly you're much better against these lings, especially slow Zerglings. Trying to get up a Spine Crawler. This queen getting a tumor down would be very, very beneficial. Like now, like okay, so tumor down in a bit of a spot where it's visible. Yeah, all right. So that gets sniped. Throw additional spines in. Zealot versus queen. Oh, with Stalker support is not good for the queen. The queen's gonna die. The hatch dies. The Zealot dies. The queen survives with all of 5 HP here. Ah, never mind. Dead now. Yeah, one more hit. This is all it was really going to take. So the spine's going to come up, which is a bit interesting. But the creep is receding, so the spine crawler is going to die, and that's your good game. Krolis is your winner. So GG! Oh, that was good. That was fantastic. And these poor lings can't get through because there's a cannon here. I think the key to this game was killing this cannon for endurance. He kills that. Reinforcements get in there more easily. He can depower this warp gate. He's got more stuff to prevent cannons from coming up. Amazing. Good stuff, though. I mean, it is hard to make those kind of decisions when you're under this much stress in general, right? Right. 1,800 resources lost, only 400 there. Not bad. Krolis loses 2 zealots and 4 probes for all the stuff the Zerg player lost. That's generally how that works. So last game of the day coming in. I think it's a ZVT. I'm pretty sure that it is. Let's check it out. Final game of Cheese compilation for January 2022 is Wobeen and GLHF. Bottom left, GLHF. And in the top right, we've got Wobeen. Which, spinning logo, it's an H, right? Or maybe an I? Maybe both. All right, man. So, double proxy here from Robin. This replay is titled Cheesing the Cheeser, which I think means GLF is the cheeser, and he's getting cheesed. So let's see how he reacts to a double proxy barracks. Can he react like Rogue and make it look like proxying barracks is a super bad idea? All right, like this place. Good location here on 2,000 atmospheres for barracks. Not too far to just walk right over and set up a bunker at the natural base of the Zerg, but guess who went for? Ooh, an extractor pool opening here. Yeah, that's right, GLHF did. This is the anti-proxy build. I mean, you can't possibly do it like when you know what's happening. You have to just kind of do it blind. And if you do it blind and it works, it's great. So, excellent. This is going to be a problem for Bobine, is what it's going to be. Overlord Chicken for proxies doesn't actually go far enough this way to see these, unfortunately. Barracks number 1 going to finish up. SCV, you can see his silhouette and his outline. Working hard with that drill. I don't know how a drill is used so effectively to make stuff, but man, right on top of this marine production too. Wobeen has got a marine started instantly as soon as those barracks complete. This is great. This is very high-level stuff from Wobeen, I would say. APM check for him is, on average, about 100. Not bad. Currently 250, 300. He's rocking hard on the APM right now. Now the SCVs are like, what's going on? Oh, there's not a second base. Oh, there's a roach swarm coming up. Oh, where are the Marines at? The Marines are needed to make sure this bunker finishes. SCV gonna die. Oh, that SCV dies. This SCV is staying alive. So drones, pretty good fighters against Marine. Don't worry about this Overlord. Get up here and finish this bunker. Oh, the Lings are fighting it. Never mind. Bunker on the low ground. Plan B. Plan B. Overlord dies. Does supply block GLHF. That's not good. But he does have a roach warren. He's making roaches. Dude, this is like the absolute worst thing for Wobeen right now. Is a Zerg player is going for roaches against this proxy. Like, just already doing it. That's insane. Oh boy. Alright, Spine Crawler on the high ground to prevent Marines from walking up here whenever they want. Creep spread pushing down the ramp. Love that. Single Ravager popping out. Single Ravager just here to throw down Corrosive Biles from time to time. He's like, wait, is that bunker empty? I mean, we could just attack that. That's fine. And if you come up the ramp, that's alright too. Wobeen is getting a second base behind this, and he's going to float his barracks home. One of them kind of moving out. The other one is heading home, it looks like. This one maybe for scouting purposes. I don't know. Don't know what that plan is. Macro hatch from GLHF inside his main base because he can't go here, obviously. Can't really get out, actually, against this bunker. So creep spread further down the ramp, not so far that the bunker can hit it. Corrosive Bile hitting. At least the SCV is forced to use resources, forced to use minerals to repair this bunker. Creep Tumor goes down. 2 HP on that thing, but it does finish to its cloaked status, which is weird, right? I mean, for gameplay purposes, it makes sense why you would be able to kill this thing when it's building, but like lore-wise, wouldn't it just build underground and cloaked like it is the whole time? So Creep spreading down here, getting on top of this bunker, which is always like a gross animation. Creep getting all up on this thing. More, like 3 Ravagers would be amazing. I guess that's more against cannons. You want those 3 Corrosive Biles. Roaches kind of suck in this situation. I think they're too slow. Their range is too short. They're too, like, squishy. At least Ravagers have a long-range attack and a longer basic attack. And they're squishy, but at least they have that going for them. Tumor down. Okay, using a scan on that. Not sure that's the right idea, but it's okay. Starport coming in. Barracks on Zave. And Corrosive Bile gets tossed down, hits the bunker, repaired instantly. That's what I'm talking about. 3 more Ravagers here from GLHF. Making some more Roaches too. Production tab says Roach Ravager army value is skyrocketing here for GLHF. We'll be not doing it as much. Not as much at all. All right, coming down the ramp. Corrosive Biles, 1, 2, 3, 4. And bunker gets repaired out of it. And kill it! Losing a Ravager though! Moves that wounded Ravager back with all of 2 HP and everything dies. Let the counterattack begin. Maybe don't lead this attack with your extremely wounded Ravager, but I think it'll work out just because there's nothing else to do here. Wolpine is making a single Cyclone. I love that. Getting a bunker up at the front as fast as he can. 2 Cyclones are out, actually. With a Widow Mine coming in, too. So the counterattack is real. Oh, use their lock-on cooldowns on that Overlord. Uh-oh. Maybe they should have saved that for later. Dude, kill this SCV building this, please. And breaking the lock-on. Ravager alive. Really? Okay, so just making sure the natural base doesn't happen is a pretty big priority. Got a lock-on target so far. The range is so far, and it does bonus damage to Roaches, and the Roaches are dying. But losing a Cyclone there is a big deal. Bunker dies, and that lock-on ready, Roach dead. Bleh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So much death and destruction from Cyclones. It's a good unit in the hands of somebody who has good micro, and that is something that Wolbine has today. Doesn't kill Ravagers as quickly, but killing Ravagers at all is a good skill to have. And that Ravager does die. Widow Mine gonna connect. Ow! Softens up a bunch of these Roaches. Ravager has no HP remaining. I'd focus that and kill it. Oh, okay, I'm going to kill this Roach instead. And does in fact kill the Roach. And then a tank comes out and the Ravager dies. And the Cyclone dies. And the tank doing bonus damage versus these Roaches. Because again, Roach is not my favorite unit. The repair actually keeps the tank alive. No! Wolbine kind of holding here. You got a Raven out too? Dude, Wolbine is not messing around. Yeah, there we go. Average of 150 APM is way better than what we were seeing earlier. More Roaches coming across. I don't like Roaches are not what you want here, GLHF. Ravagers are what you want. Also, an Overlord providing high ground spotting for this tank would be amazing, but there is not an Overlord over on that side of the map at all. Yeah, you should send Overlords out. I think he knows that. He's like, well, I should send this Overlord over for high ground vision, but I don't have speed. I don't have a lair to get speed. That's going to be some time. All right. So natural base under attack by just pure Roach here. Just kidding. There are now 4 Ravagers. There's a Banshee up. No, Corrosive Bile. No! Oh, man. Anti-armor missile gets tossed down. That's good. But Banshee dies to Corrosive Bile. I was talking to Wolbine up here. Siege tank firing, Corrosive Biles landing, but repairs also very good on this. No, Corrosive Biles splash damage and burst damage is too gosh darn much. Wolbine has 7 army supply remaining, which is a handful of Marines and a Raven without enough energy to do anything, and I think that is your GG. GLHF deals with a proxy attack and Roach Ravagers his way to a counterattack victory. It turns out going for a Roach Ravager opening against the Proxy Rax is pretty good. It works out for Zerg players more often than not. So GG, resources lost, 3,600 for Wobene, 2,700 for GLHF. Pretty long list of stuff dead here in 8 minutes. In all actuality. So again, thanks again to Key and Sniper Monkey for going through all the replays and screening them for me and letting me know which ones were best. And these ones were best this month. I agree. I wholeheartedly concur with y'all decisions, so I appreciate it. So end of the day. That's another Zerg win in a ZVT. We got Zerg wins, Protoss wins, Terran wins today. I think everybody should be happy. Again, please feel free to check out the podcast, Falcon Paladin Hour. You can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com. And until next time, that's going to be it for me. And this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a cheese compilation. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.